Will the Eagles, here's the topic, will the Eagles like Matt Corral enough to take the quarterback in the first round? Yes or no?
No.
No.
But they will get him. If he's there in the second round, they'll trade up for him.
Brooks, Dan Sileo. Did you watch my rant at all?
Yes, I did, bro. Yes, I did.
And you K-State dudes put it on my canes, and that's all I could take.
Hold on, but when you turn around and say, you know what? And they put a 50 burger on us, and they came in 21, and when they beat us, they were still 21. They didn't even go up in the rankings. That's how terrible we are. I was like, oh, man.
I did that on the air. I'm referencing a rant I did years ago, and I didn't realize the rant that people call one of the best in sports talk radio history because it was on the air. It was my first segment. I had forgotten. I had lost my mind because we had lost to your school.
Right.
Not lost, but they drugged them up and down the field. They could not. Barrett, it was like watching somebody in a fist fight with one arm beating the shit out of someone else. And they were good, man.
Klein was the quarterback. That's what we're talking about. Colin Klein was the quarterback. I'm like, come on, not Klein.
Why, is he bad?
Oh, he wasn't the best quarterback we've had at Kansas State, just put it like that. He was okay.
Wow, so I got beat by a scrub.
By a dude.
Dude, we got beat by a dude. We got beat by a dude, as I like to say, man. I got to ask you something out of the gate here. You know, the notion that people, when they come to Philly, every athlete that I hear talking about potentially coming and play, oh, man, I don't know. You think professional athletes like playing in Philadelphia?
Yes, they do. And I'm glad you brought that up because I guess I was totally wrong with the pulse of the city because Alec Baum came with it, apologized, and the city took him back with open arms. He got a standing ovation when he walked out. When he walked on the field, walked up the bat. Now he's good.
That shocked you.
It really shocked me. Because they usually don't let stuff like that pass. You know what I'm saying? They usually don't. But they let it slide. And long story long, they gave him a standing ovation. But I'm telling you this, he's good until he starts batting 205, 180. He gets like that, they're gonna oust him so fast. Oh, we remember what you did. Don't think we didn't remember. We remember what you did. But you're playing well enough right now that we're gonna give you a pass. But if he starts messing up, I'm telling you, because he's not good enough to play third base. He's not good enough. But he's not a good enough bat to put in the lineup, consistently when you might have to take out Reese Hoskins, or if you got to take out even Didi Gregorius, even if you have to take him out. I don't know if he would necessarily be good enough to spell anybody in the outfield or third base. So what do you do? How do you play him? I mean, you're not gonna DH him over Bryce Harper or anything. I mean, it's just he's got to get it together. He's got to get it together fast.
Do you think people took him back because he owned it right away?
Yes. He didn't sugarcoat it either. He didn't try to apologize his way out of it. That's not what he meant. I mean, he said it, and he admitted, he said, yeah, I said it, but I didn't really mean it. I was in the heat of the battle, pissed off.
Could have said anything, though, dude. I hate it right now. I hate tonight. I hate that, but I effing hate it here.
Here could have been anything. Here could have been in the major leagues.
Also, now you're giving him a hall pass now.
No, I'm never giving him a hall pass. I'm just saying, I'm giving you the pulse of what the city is.
Oh
saying.
no, I think he shit on Philly. I do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's any other way to look at it.
Yep.
You think the city's now becoming a little bit softer now when it comes to that kind of stuff? How about this?
Oh, no question. No question. They're becoming more tolerant because they gave Ben Simmons every possible scapegoat type of way. You know, they could have said he hurt his wrist, so that's why he couldn't shoot. But they gave him every excuse possible, and he still wouldn't shoot. So yeah, and they still were fans of him until he said he want to be here.
Half the fan base still loves Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah. They feel Carson Wentz, man. He just wasn't right for this city.
Barrett, to the point of what you're saying here. So Philadelphia over the last 6 years, let's just put it here. You've had two athletes in Ben Simmons and in Carson Wentz, where fans were hoping and praying that these guys were going to turn it around, that these players were going to be leaders. Remember something, right?
Coaches too now. Put coaches into the equation also.
Okay, how about this? But Barrett, you chose this dude over Jimmy Butler.
Right.
Okay? I mean, get this. And why I say that is Jimmy Butler kind of represented old Philly.
Yep.
Hardcore dude. You're not going to push his ass around. There's a respect level in the room. Ben Simmons is a flake. You don't know what that guy's about. Okay? But they chose that guy, and the organization chose that guy. And you have two players that maybe change the idea of how fans look at these athletes today, that you're hoping, you're wanting to push them, you want things to turn around. We're back in the day, dude. If you effed up, get his ass out. Dude, Lindros got annihilated.
Still getting annihilated.
Philadelphia. Annihilated.
And it was his parents. And it was because of his parents. You know what I'm saying? They absolutely just burn him at the stake, man. But he did his fair share.
He did.
But I mean, just like I said, Ricky Waters. Even McNabb to an extent. McNabb, man.
The ending was terrible in Philly.
Oh yeah, man. It was really bad, man. And he came back. Trot came back, and they opened with open arms because he left because of money. B-Dog left because of money also. But McNabb left because he wanted to leave because he was tired of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why go to Washington?
I don't know how they even pulled that off. They traded him to Washington. Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, man, I just, because I saw like 80% of, I saw some poll somewhere where 80% of the fan base has accepted the apology of the kid. And I was going like this, really? In Philly?
You're right.
You say that you effing hate Philadelphia, or how you said it, I hate it here, whatever. And they let you off the hook like that? I cannot believe that.
No, it's
Now, I'm wondering if Bryce Harper had said that, if it would be a different story, that if Bryce had said that, if they would have took a bigger dump on him, because, again, we tend to dump on stars more so than just a dude. And I think this kid, he's just kind of a dude right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Bryce, see, I can't think of Bryce like that because Bryce is the consummate pro.
Oh,
Bryce,
dude, he loves it in Philly. He loves it in Philly.
He understands everything. He's not the type that's going to go out there and overly do things, eat a cheesesteak every day or anything like that. But he understands what it is to be tied into this fan base. So he adjusts accordingly. He came in. He wasn't one of those guys that, going to, run up the rocky steps or anything like that. But he understood from playing against Philly how he had to come in. And he's been that dude since he's been here. You can't find anybody that hates, Bryce at this point. He's done everything he's supposed to do. He tried to win. He's trying to win right now.
Yes.
He's trying to win right. He's trying to do everything he can. He's one of those guys that
he's even recruiting guys.
Right.
Free agency, trying to get guys to come and play in Philadelphia. He is totally a Philly.
Yep. I mean, just little things. And he's not a guy that's going to be a rah-rah guy. He lets his actions speak for him. And I think that's the best way to work out here in Philly. You don't have to say much. Your actions dictate what you're trying to get, the point you're getting across. Then you're doing exactly what you need to do. They don't need to hear you. They just need you to be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I love what D-Train said here. He is a villain, and I love villains in sports. Sports need villains.
Oh
When
yeah, oh
Bonds
yeah.
was rolling around Major League Baseball and everyone hated him, having a villain in sports is so great.
Yep.
It is wonderful. It's dialogue. When A-Rod, the steroid era was the best era in baseball history.
No question.
Because you had villains, Juan Gonzalez, Barry Bonds, Ken Caminiti. You had guys at Roger Clemens.
Mark McGuire.
All of those
You know
dudes became villains and
Canseco.
storylines.
Oh yeah.
Then you had the Derek Jeters and the Ripkins. You had great villains. I love when there's a bad guy or like a team. Like the Patriots. Everybody hates the Patriots if you're not from the New England area.
Exactly.
You root against those dudes, man. I'll tell you something. I like this one topic here that Razor threw at us here. You think Jalen Hurts ever gets to a second contract in Philly?
Whoa.
Hey, before you answer that, so Matt Corral is in Philadelphia today.
Yep.
Will the Eagles, here's the topic, will the Eagles like Matt Corral enough to take the quarterback in the first round? Yes or no?
No.
No.
But they will get him. If he's there in the second round, they'll trade up for him. And that would be a great trade for him, to trade up for him.
If this kid's in the second round, you grab him.
There's no question you do. It's a quarterback factory, man. And just being honest, why wouldn't you? If that kid hadn't got hurt, he'd be he'd be right up there with Pickett, you know, and Malik. So yes, he had a great season this year. I mean, considering he swam upstream, bro, because his first year he was very giving with the ball to the defense.
He was also Matt Corral was also well coached by Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. I mean, Lane Kiffin's got complex offenses. They're pro-style offenses. That's what they ran at Bama. And if you think about it, you go back, when they started doing the spread offense and all that, it was Kiffin in the offensive coordinator's chair.
Yep.
At Alabama.
Yep.
So this guy was there when they were making that transition from going to 3 yards in a cloud of dust to spreading the ball out, getting these quarterbacks and these wide receivers in the room. Lane Kiffin was in the room there.
Yep.
And so Kiffin has brought what he learned under Saban. I'll tell you something else about Xander's boy, Nick Saban. You know, Mario Cristobal, he was at some smaller school for years, and then he went to Oregon. But he cut his chops learning how to recruit, learning how to bring guys in and skilled guys in. He learned it from Saban, too. Saban schooled him, and now he's the head football coach in Miami Hurricanes making $8.5 million. Lane Kiffin's making $8.5 million as the head coach of Ole Miss now.
It's better to have a head coaching job in college.
Oh, it is.
Than it is in the NFL.
Yeah, because it's safer. And look at Sarkisian. Sarkisian's the head coach of Texas Longhorns. I mean, these guys were all in the rehab center at Alabama. I mean, Saban runs a rehab center, and get this, he's the only coach that could put Bill O'Brien on a staff, or Sark, or Kiffin, or any of these guys with the dents in the fender. He doesn't give a shit about what you think of him or who he hires. He's going to hire offense and defensive-minded guys. It's like a rehab center in Tuscaloosa.
Well, that's what he does, man.
Go on to get giant jobs.
Yep.
Look at Kirby Smart.
He takes away that tarnished silver.
Yeah.
And buffs it back up.
Absolutely. You know, these guys all have – look at Kirby to Cristobal to Sarkisian. These guys all have massive jobs now. And it's really a great testament to this. Now, Corral has been coached by that. So you think there's a chance now, instead of it, how about this? So you don't see the Eagles taking one of those ones and grabbing one of these quarterbacks, grabbing Corral.
No, if they do, they're going to take one of these ones and trade up for a cornerback, just like you saw. I think it was D-Train who made it, or somebody on the stream made it obvious that Nelson not signing back because he signed with the Texans 2 years, $10 million. That really, really put the heater on this draft for
For
that
a
was
corner?
Paul. It was Paul, yeah, Paul Mancini. Yeah, it puts the heat on them now. They have to get a cornerback. Now they have to draft specific to a position. They got to go positional as opposed to getting best player available.
Why don't I go get Stephon Gilmore?
Because you got to pay, man. I keep telling you, they're not coming in on these 1 year prove it deals, bro. When you've already proven
But that's
yourself.
the greatest way to do it, Barrett. Instead of getting a kid on a contract that you tied into a 3-year deal because those deals.
I'm not saying the Eagles. I'm not saying the Eagles shouldn't do it.
Okay.
What I'm saying is they're going to try to make them do it, but these players aren't having that.
Okay.
They're not doing it. That's why Nelson said, you know what, I'm out of here. You know, said I proved that I should have a long-term contract, and they didn't give it to him, so he went to greener pasture. He goes down to hot weather Texas.
Goes to Texas. Jesus
South
Christ,
Texas,
man.
too.
I mean, well, what's his name, man? Brandy Cooks wanted to stay there as well. Also, here's something else that. But before I get to this other one, you see Derek Carr just signed a brand new 3-year contract, $42 million per.
That's the going rate right now.
$42 million.
An extension, $42 million a year.
And now he's got Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow as his wideouts, that great tight end, and they got a great running back. Tell you what, man, Josh McDaniel, okay,
he got a lot of toys.
Go around. I think the Raiders are going to have – how about that AFC West, dude? I mean, really, Denver, the Chiefs, the Chargers. The Chargers had a great offseason.
I'm going to look up all their rosters.
Devontae Adams.
Let's look at all their rosters. I'm going to go through them. I'm going to pull up their
the
rosters.
AFC West is killing it, man. Dude, I think Derek Carr is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
Him and Cousins, he's better than Cousins. But if you look at Derek Carr's numbers over the last 5 years, dude, this guy's a top 5 numbers quarterback, man. And this is all learning under the helm of John Gruden and that dysfunctional organization. Mark Davis and that organization, all the shit that they went through. And for them to even make the playoffs last year, I think that is a merit badge for Derek Carr and how he handled that team and how he handled that. He had a substitute teacher coach.
Right.
They still made it.
Right. A special teams coach at that.
A special teams coach at best too, right?
That's incredible, man. So when you look at how deep these the NFC the AFC West is, I mean, of course we'll go to Kansas City. Look at all the work. They get Travis Kelce.
You know what I think they're going to struggle at? Barrett, you know what I think they're going to struggle at?
What's that?
Who's the other wideout on the other side of oh shit, they don't have a number one now. What, is it Juju Schuster?
They got Juju Schuster.
That's a downgrade.
The speed downgrade. They got Mikael Hardman, Georgia guy, speed for days. They did go outside. They go Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Now he was like the number 2 receiver in Green Bay. He can ball. He's good. He's better than what people give him credit for.
You know what though, Barrett? That sounds like a B+.
Yeah, B+.
If you add Kelce in it, you may get an A-.
Right. Well,
Kansas City, they walk back in the skilled position. When you lose Tyreek Hill like that, and
you can't replace that. No, you can't replace that. You know, I mean, even a guy that I think I know he's on his last leg, and Josh Gordon. Watch this quarterback. Watch Patrick Mahomes put Josh Gordon back on the map. But when Josh Gordon first came out of Baylor, I thought he was the next up-and-coming T.O. That's how good I thought he was leaving Baylor. He was unbelievable.
Barrett, I went and saw him he was with the Browns. And I saw him when he had been out of football for a year.
Right.
And I think he had 114 yards, and I think he had like 9 catches. I saw him live. I said, Josh Gordon is the best receiver in the league. I could not believe how good. And I go, that guy's been out a year? And I go, it looked like he was out a day. And I
Dan,
could not believe how athletic he was.
Dan, I was screaming to people telling them how good Josh Gordon was. People to understand, why do you think this kid is getting shot after shot after shot? He was the second coming, man. This dude was so good, bro.
He was
he was the next T.O. He was the next Jerry Rice. He was that talented, bro.
I thought he reminded me of Randy Moss.
Right. He was unbelievable. I know you watch film now, man, because you could pick that out, man. He was unbelievable. That's why he's still on this roster, man.
And Barrett, the way he pushes off, the way he's so physically demanding to try to cover, man. I'm like,
the real deal.
He runs great routes, everything. I mean, he's just a Fruit Loop, and he can't put the pipe down. It's all, and I don't have a problem with guys smoking weed, but dude, the AFC West, go ahead.
Well, I mean, if he could, man, he'd have been so good. All right, let's go to the Broncos now. So, of course, they got their new quarterback, Russell Wilson. But what do they have as far as athletes? Now, they did get rid of their tight end, and that kind of
they got Judy out there.
Yeah, but they got Cortland Sutton, second rounder, baller, should have been a first rounder.
That tight end's good.
Well, he left. No, he's going.
Oh, they sent him to Seattle. That's
right. Albert. Now they have Albert Okwong Bunam. I don't know how to say his name. Okwong Bunam. He's okay. Eric Tomlinson. He was in Baltimore for a while. I don't have anything. But then they have Jerry Jeudy. Back? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get to it. Then they have Jerry Jeudy. They have KJ Hamler, Penn State, straight speed. Just hasn't been healthy. They got Travis Fulgham. Travis Fulgham, he's a one-hit wonder in Philadelphia like 2 years ago. He came out bananas for like 5 or 6 games, 100 yards a game, balling. And then he did nothing after that. So they got really good receivers. They got four good receivers that can play.
I bet you they grab another one in the draft.
Oh, yeah, they will. And then running back, they got Devontae Williams. That's the rookie from last year, second rounder. Bald. Runs hard.
Yep.
He's the real deal. So they'll be all right on the offensive side of the ball, man. And defensively, man, they're underrated defensively. They got Ronald Darby.
They added Gregory.
Patrick Sutton. They got Bradley Chubb rushing the passer. I mean, they're going to be good, man. DJ Jones rushing the passer from the middle. And I like Patrick Surtain. I thought that they should have got him. Then they got Kareem Jackson. Kareem Jackson is a baller, man.
If Micah Parsons didn't have the year he
Simmons
had,
also.
Surtain would have been the rookie of the year defensively in Denver.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great football. Look at the Chargers, dude. Look how good that unit is.
You go
that
to Chargers
unit,
now.
Man, they've got Y's and Z's. That Eckler kid can run the ball. That quarterback is spectacular. Their O-line is much improved.
Yeah, dude, Rashawn Slater.
I think the Chargers are going to be I think there's going to be a dark horse team.
Yeah, they are. Rashawn Slater had an all-star year. He made it to the Pro Bowl his rookie year. Really good. From Northwestern. Tackle from Northwestern, first-round pick. Then they went out they went last year and got Lindsey, Corey Lindsey from Green Bay. That was A-Rod's center. He was pissed about that. Real pissed about it. Then, of course, they got Justin Herbert. But like I said, Austin Eckler, he's one of the most versatile backs you can get. From the receiver position, they got Mike Williams. He signed him back a 3-year deal. Keenan Allen he's an all-time great, man. I don't know when he got drafted in the 3rd round in 2013, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
He hasn't lost a step yet.
He's been a Pro Bowl wideout since they brought him in. That was a tremendous find by Tom Telesco. He did a great job with him. I think they got him out of Cal.
Yep. And then
look what they did on the defensive side of the ball. Adding all them dudes on the defensive side too, man. I mean, they got better. They're going to be better.
They got a deep threat in Jalen Guyton. Guyton is a 4-3 guy who finally started turning around and putting that speed and playing. But you're right. Look at on defensive side of the ball. They went out and got Austin Johnson. He was there. Sebastian.
That Derwin James can play.
Oh, come on, man. He may have got Khalil Mack. And Derwin James might be the best player on that team.
I know, man.
He might be the best player on the team.
He is great.
Oh, man. He can play anywhere. He can play.
You know who he reminds me of? Cam Chancellor.
Right.
He's like that.
And then they went out in the second round. got probably the 4th best corner in the draft last year, and Asante Samuels Jr. Started as a rookie, bald.
Hey, how about that lineman that they drafted last year who ended up starting? What's his name? Staley?
That's what I'm talking about. First, Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, Slater. That kid turned out to be a superstar player, right? It started
From Northwestern. I did a breakdown on from Northwestern. He was the best tackle in the draft. And I kept telling people that he was that good. They were like, "Oh, well, we got that." No, I'm telling you, this kid, Rashawn Slater, is the best. He's the best tackle in the draft. Better be the best offensive lineman in the draft. Then they went out and got Khalil Mack. So now you got to block Joey Bosa. You got to slide the line Joey Bosa. That means you're gonna one-on-one with Khalil Mack. Okay, you're gonna slide the line of Khalil Mack now. Now you one-on-one with Joey Bosa. Pick your poison, man. Pick your poison. I mean, they're
built like the Rams, aren't they?
Yep. And then they got Chris Rump. Chris Rump can press the passer also. So I mean, this team. Then they went and got Troy Reeder. Troy Reeder was with Cincinnati last year. He was their best inside middle linebacker last year while he was in Cincinnati. He made a whole bunch of plays, even in the Super Bowl. Made a whole bunch of plays against the Chiefs and against the Rams. So they're gonna be looking good, really, really good. And then let me see now we're going to the Raiders. Now the Raiders, all right, goes without saying. Devontae Smith, one of, if not the best receiver in the league.
And I don't think his production will not come down, Adams, because his quarterback is not he's not Aaron Rodgers. However, I think there's more talent and there's more weapons in Las Vegas than there is in Green Bay now. Is that fair?
No question. There's no question about that.
So that's
and they played together for him. They played together. He and Derek Carr played together in college. State. So they played together. Then you said your boy Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah. 100 catches.
Always open. He knows how to play the game, man.
Dude, I think he was a 4th rounder, too, out of Clemson. I don't think he was.
He's a 5th rounder.
5th rounder. Wow.
Out of Clemson.
So a 100-catch guy in Las Vegas, and the Eagles have never had a 100-catch wide receiver, and the Raiders got a 5th rounder to do it. Gee, what does that tell you? Quarterback.
Whoa, bro. Hunter Renfrow won 2 national championships. Well, I know at least one where he had the one Clemson. Where he had the game-saving catch for the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Hunter Renfrow's been balling. Then they have
and make sure you understand that Xander's going to correct you because he won one and lost one because Bam was involved. So
right.
Just keeping score here. That's all we're doing. Go ahead.
Well, he played in 2 national championships. Put it like that.
Played in 2 national titles. He did.
Yeah. They got Backpack Boy. They got Mac Hollins. Former. He got drafted by the Eagles. Never threw to him, but
look at all these teams getting better.
Yep. Getting a lot better. Then running backs. Josh Jacobs, one of my frat brothers. Really good. Amir Abdullah, special teams guy. Let me see, where's the tight ends? They got one of the best tight ends in the league.
Yes.
One of the Darren Waller is almost uncoverable. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna catch everything you throw at him. So he has speed. You can blind with the wide receiver position. He really turned his life around, man, and he's all that. But then you go to the defensive side of the ball. They went out and signed Chandler Jones. Max Crosby on one side, Chandler Jones on the other side. Come on, man.
Everybody's getting what's his edge rusher, wide receiver, and quarterback.
Yep. And then they got a corner too.
Every one of these teams you just mentioned.
Yep. But look, they went out to Indy and stole their best corner in Rock Yassin. Rock Yassin was a Temple guy that started for Indianapolis day one. Day one, Rock Yassin started for Indianapolis. He just signed a big deal to come to the Raiders just this year. So they're trying to get better. They have gotten a lot better from who they've signed. On paper, they look the part.
Who wins that division?
That's you had to ask me that. That's still tough. Because you still got to look at the perennial. Still got to look at Patrick Mahomes. Okay, he lost the fastest player in the league. You can't take that away from them. You can't discount the type of player they let lead the fold. But
and you know what, too, Barrett? But I always thought that they walked back from that one Super Bowl because they've never been able to get another guy on the other side of Hill. And Kelsey sometimes gets lost in those games. I mean,
he doesn't get lost.
You know what?
They double coverage him.
The two things that happened to the Chiefs, they never were able to replace Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
And they were never able to get another guy on the other side of Hill.
Well, you know, I don't think it's necessarily that I don't think it's necessarily that Travis Kelce gets lost in the game. Teams know, all right, we'll give you the big shot. We're going to play our safeties, 20 yards deep, but we're not going to let Kelce beat us. So we're going to double team and bracket Kelce. And that's why he feels though he gets lost in the game, because they're double coveraging him. They're keeping two people on him regardless. You know what I'm saying? They're high-lowing him, bracketing him, double coverage, whatever you want to call it. They always want to stop him because they feel as they stop him, they're good with the offense. And I would say the same thing. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's all right. He's all right. And then they went out and got Ronald Jones from Tampa Bay. Now, Ronald Jones is good, man.
He's good.
Very
He's
good.
He's going to add a dimension to that running game.
Yes, exactly. He's that good.
Because if you can help Carr out with play action, you got Adams running free across the zone, bro. Man,
exactly.
That's a fright. I'll tell you what. You know who I'm picking? The Chargers to win that division.
You know, I might surprise everybody. I might just go with Denver, man. I might go with Denver because they got a 1,000-yard back. His second year, and then they get better. Your second year, you make the biggest climb in who you are as a player. So then you're asking this team now to have a great season with an average quarterback last year. Now they got a bona fide good quarterback paired with that defense. I mean, last year, Bradley Chubb, didn't even play a lot.
I know. He was injured.
He was injured for the majority. He's back now. So this team is going to be unbelievable. And went out, you got Bradley Chubb on one side, Randy Gregory on the other side.
Yeah, no, I think Denver. How about this, Barrett? I think any team in that division could win the Super Bowl. Any team in that division, because they have the components that you need. And Xander said something interesting. He goes, Brandon Staley's like an airhead. Well, you know who Zach Taylor was last year? Did you have any idea? I had to look his name up. I didn't know who the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals was. It's not important any longer.
Well, the only reason I knew, yeah.
It's not that important to head coach any longer because nowadays, you know what? The greatest coach on the planet has lost 3 straight playoff games. Okay? Bill Belichick and the Patriots have lost 3 straight playoff. They've lost 3 straight playoff games. I don't care how good you are now. You don't have the pieces around you. You're not going to win, dude. You can be a guy with 6 titles right now. And guess what? I would say this. The Dolphins have caught the Patriots, and the Bills own that division. You can make the argument that the Patriots are the 3rd best team in the AFC East now.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Okay? I mean, I think Tua's going to throw for – you don't bring in Tyreek Hill and have another guy on the other side with 100 catches and Waddle. Get that tackle from the Saints. Have a stout defense.
Armstead, yep.
Last 2 years, they've had winning. By the way, last 2 years in the AFC, the Dolphins are a better team than the Eagles.
Right.
Think about that.
Exactly.
Okay? 2 years ago, the Eagles won 4 ball games. Okay, now you got a team, and now you've added an offensive-minded coach. Who the hell is this McDaniel? I don't know who he is. So that's not becoming a factor any longer. These front offices now, Barrett, unlike you and me in our day, the front offices were kind of there to help the coaches. What do you guys need? Now the front offices, I said this yesterday, I can't believe that the personnel department in Philadelphia has more say and more control of what goes on Sundays than the actual position coaches do. But you know what? If you look around the league, That's becoming a trend.
It is. Well, because you look at it, these young new coaches, you know, everybody wants the shiny new toy now. These young coaches. You look at a guy like Belichick. Belichick was integral in every facet of his team. As far as offensively, dealing with Tom, dealing with everything in that offense, and also with the defensive side of the ball. Even though he had, Coach what's his name, Fleury, whoever his name is, he was there.
Brian Flores.
Brian Flores. Flores was there. He had.
He was there 17 years actually.
Right. And then you look at who he had as far as the linebacker coach. He had Brable there. I mean, this guy was able to still keep his hands in everything. It's not the same way now. If you're an offensive-minded coach, you call plays on offense, and that's what teams are doing now. If you're a defensive-minded coach, you call defensive plays. You don't mess with the offensive side of the ball. So it's different now because head coach is more so. It's almost like you're specialized, which my problem is with the Eagles. Nick Sirianni's offensive-minded coach. He's calling the plays, but his freaking receivers are playing not up to par. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a receiver guru. What is going on? Going on?
I have got a pretty interesting report to give to you, and I want to get your thoughts on this. By the way, I talked about it yesterday, and I want to talk to you about it again because it's legit. There's a player out there right now that potentially is going to be moved. I want to get your thoughts. That's Barrett Brooks. Maybe the Eagles take a look at him. Barrett Brooks, Dan Sileo, hit the like button.